Atlantic Broadband Cable, in cooperation with the South Union Township Supervisors, presents the South Union Township Sports Network. Today, via tape delay from the Beaner Field here in Hutchinson, it's Midget League Baseball playoff time as the Blue Jays meet the Pirates in Game 2 of this championship series. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Morozak with Jerry Dupain. We welcome you aboard for today's game. South Union Township Sports Network coverage is brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband Cable, Armstrong Cable, and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith. Again, I'm Brian Morozak with Jerry Dupain. We'll be back with the first pitch after this message.
Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, is proud to be a sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network. They have been serving the area with quality work and integrity for more than 40 years, and they would like to again thank their past customers and look forward to serving new customers as well. Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, works with all insurance companies and provides assistance with car rental arrangements that coordinate with the auto repair work. The rental company will meet with you at our facility to accommodate your rental needs. As a member of the DuPont Assurance of Quality program, our refinishes are guaranteed and all repairs have a lifetime warranty as long as the customer owns the vehicle. Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, clearly recognizes and understands the current and ever-changing atmosphere that exists in today's collision repair and insurance industries. So please contact Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, located at Atlas Road in Hopwood. That's Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, offering complete collision service for both domestic and foreign vehicles for more than 40 years. For more information, please stop by or call us at 724-437-2351. We care about the environment. We've always been an eco-friendly facility, and we are currently going through the process of being recognized by the U.S. EPA's Design for the Environment program.
For all of your auto body needs, come to Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, because there is a difference.
So please contact Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, located at Atlas Road in Hopwood. That's Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, offering complete collision service for both domestic and foreign vehicles for more than 40 years. For more information, please stop by or call us at 724-437-2351.
You day and night? Your debt overwhelms you? Although you may feel that you're in a hopeless situation, Zebley, Mahalev & White can help. We're a full-service local bankruptcy firm that knows what a difficult time this is and what to do to help you get a fresh start. Call Zebley, Mahalev & White today for a free consultation. Your hometown bankruptcy firm. Call us today.
Don't borrow more money until you talk to Zebley, Mahalev & White.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave a roof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
We're ready for Game 2 of this Midget League Championship Series. The Blue Jays taking Game 1 by a score of 7-1. If the Pirates win here today, it'll force the third and deciding game of this best-of-3 championship series. Crew Livingston leading things off for the Pirates, and the first pitch from Shane Leighton is grounded to third by Livingston. Solid throw over to first. Ben Kale over to Nico Vecchiola to retire Livingston 5-3 for the first out of this top half of the first inning. Behind Livingston in the Pirates lineup is Lucas Matthias. He'll be followed by Court Weston and Mason Kuhn. Brandon Puowar batting fifth. Connor Kalich batting sixth as Matthias swings and misses there. Devin Kravosky pitching and batting seventh. Alex Sutton batting eighth. Nick Guthrie batting ninth. Keelan Melson batting 10th. Connor D'Amico batting 11th. And the 12th player scheduled to be in the lineup is Mark Tanner, but he's a game-time decision. The 0-1 was fouled off by Matthias. So now 0-2, Leighton to Matthias with one out as we work here in the top half of the first inning. Pirates and the Blue Jays. Leighton's 0-2, swing and a miss, strike three. So two quick outs here in the top half of the first inning. Let's hit the Blue Jays defense. Out in left field is Evan McGee. In center, Brock Schuba. And in right, Nate Billett. Around the horn, Ben Kale at 30th and Koffler at short. Evan Vecchiola at second and Nico Vecchiola at first. Shane Leighton on the mound and Sevi Vecchiola catching as once again Leighton finds the strike zone. 0-1 to Court Weston, the Pirate shortstop. So Leighton very effective here early on. 0-1 pitch. This one popped up in the infield and the ball will drop. And they're going to rule that a fair ball. It did drop in play. Little miscommunication there between the Blue Jays. Sevi Vecchiola took off his mask, was looking for it, bounced right in front of him. But ruled that an infield single for Court Weston. And the Pirates in business with two outs here in the top half of the first, and Mason Kuhn coming to the plate. The last time we saw Mason and the Pirates here on the South Union Township Sports Network, Mason was on the mound and very effective. Hope to continue that here today, and swings at the first pitch and sends it in the air to right center. The ball will drop in front of Nate Billett. Court Weston rounding third. He's on his way to the plate. Kuhn headed for third. And scoring on the play is Weston. Throw over to third. Gets past Ben Kale. So Weston scores on the play. The Pirates take an early 1-0 lead. A triple to right center field for Mason Kuhn. So the Pirates, who appear to be pretty much done in the top half of the first inning, get an infield single from Court Weston with two outs. Then Mason Kuhn follows with an RBI triple to right center. The Pirates have a run across with Braden Puowar now at the plate, the designated hitter. First pitch fouled off, counted 0-1. Muggy late afternoon here in Hopwood. Game time temperature close to 90 degrees. But the breeze in the air certainly cooling things off. That pitch behind Puowar. Evens the count at 1-1. Now Layton focused again. 1-1 pitch on the way, and chasing to that one is Powowar, counting at 1-2. Of course, with the Midget and Little League Championship Series games here, the bad news is the summer will be coming to an end before we know it. 1-2 pitch, rolled low and outside, evens the count at 2-2. Now Layton's 2-2 on the way. A little chin music there. We'll go full 3-2. Layton to Powowar as we work here in the top half of the first inning. Pirates an early 1-0 lead. Payoff pitch. Low for ball 4. So now 3 straight Pirates have reached base. Weston's infield single. Mason Kuhn with the triple to right center, picking up an RBI. Now Powowar walking. Puts runners at the corners with Connor Kalich at the plate. First pitch to Kalich, and Kalich a little one-hopper underneath the glove of Nico Vecchiola into right field. Scoring on the play is Kuhn. On his way to third is Powowar. Powowar is going to head to the plate, and the throw to home. And out at home is Braden Powowar. But the Pirates do get another run from Mason Kuhn on the hit from Connor Kalich. So 2 across for the Pirates, and we'll head to the bottom half of the first inning with the Pirates leading the Blue Jays 2-0 here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Esophageal reflux affects 20% of Americans and can lead to heartburn, regurgitation, chest pain, and difficulty swallowing. Reflux is caused by stomach contents passing a faulty valve and entering the esophagus. Ulcers and precancerous tissue can then form. Doctors Ruthart, Calabrese, Stokes, and Ballou offer the latest testing and treatment for reflux disease. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
The South Union Township Supervisors, Rick Vernon, Jason Scott, and Robert Schiffbauer would like to wish all the HARC baseball players good luck and have a fun baseball season this year.
Moving to the bottom half of the first inning, it's the Blue Jays' turn at the plate. Sevi Vecchiola to lead things off. Will be followed by Ethan Koffler and Nico Vecchiola. Ben Kale in the cleanup position. Shane Layton batting 5th. Ethan McGee batting 6th. Evan Vecchiola batting 7th. Brock Schuba batting 8th. And Nate Billett batting 9th. Only 9 Blue Jays in the lineup today. Defensively for the Pirates, Nick Guthrie out in the left, Connor D'Amico in left center, Keelan Melson in right center, and Lucas Matthias in right. Around the horn, it's Alex Sutton at third, Court Weston at short, Crew Livingston at second, and Mason Kuhn at first. Devin Kravosky getting the start on the mound, and Connor Kalich catching for the Pirates here today. The Pirates scoring 2 runs in the top half of the first inning. Now they'll have to defend the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays taking game 1 of this best-of-3 series by a score of 7-1 over the Pirates earlier on in the week. Of course, the Pirates getting their 2 runs in the top half of the first inning. Court Weston and Mason Kuhn scoring the runs. Kuhn driving in Weston on a triple to right center field. And then the second RBI picked up by Connor Kalich on his double to right center field. But Braden Powowar, who had walked, was ruled out at home to end the inning. And now the Blue Jays have an opportunity here at the plate, trying to get a couple of runs back on this warm late afternoon in Hopwood at the Beaner Field. Midget League baseball action here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupé. We welcome you aboard, whether you're watching on Atlantic Broadband, Armstrong Cable, or on YouTube as well. If you haven't found our YouTube channel, easy to find. Just go to youtube.com and search South Union Television. We have our full program listings available and all of the game broadcasts and other meetings and programs available on demand as Vecchiola swings and misses to the first pitch from Devin Kravoski. The count's at 0-1. Sevy deep in the batter's box as the lefty winds and fires. A little chin music there, sending Vecchiola down and evening the count at 1-1. Kravoski has shown he can bring the heat. Certainly did that time. Now the 1-1 breaking balls. He mixes up speeds a little bit, misses on the strike zone as well. Count now at 2-1. As Connor Kalich tracks down the loose ball. Kravoski now regrouping, takes a deep breath. Count at 2-1 to Sevy Vecchiola. Swing and a miss there. Nice action on that pitch from Kravoski. Now Kravoski along looking here to Connor Kalich. 2-2 on the way to Sevy Vecchiola. Pitch fouled off. Sevy, one of three Vecchiolas in the Blue Jays lineup. Nico playing first base, Sevy catching, and Evan playing second base. So if I say Vecchiola here today, I have about a 33% chance of getting it right. Next pitch on the way, again fouled back. Count remains at 2-2. Blue Jays only 9 players in the lineup. That could have its advantages and disadvantages. Disadvantages, of course, because you have only 3 in the outfield instead of 4, but some advantages are if you have a stronger team, you'll get to those stronger players more often in your batting lineup. 2-2 pitch again on the way, and that one's right down the pipe for a strike. Strike 3. Sevy Vecchiola just looks at it, and now 1 away. Here in the bottom half of the first inning as the Pirates looking to force a decisive Game 3 in this best-of-3 Midget League Championship Series. Ethan Koffler now at the plate. Ethan, always a solid Midget Leaguer out there for the Blue Jays. He'll take the first pitch here for a strike, count at 0-1. Rick Klink calling the balls and strikes today. Brett Schemmel on the bases. A 1 pitch, fouled back by Koffler. Count at 0-2. Koffler playing shortstop today for the Blue Jays. His dad, Ray, one of the Blue Jays coaches. 0-2 on the way, and that ball just chopped right in front of home plate, and Koffler beating it out as the throw goes wide. Ethan on his way to second. He's there safely. The ball fired back to Devin Kravoski. It's ruled out a single and an error for Koffler. And he's aboard in scoring position with 1 out here in the bottom half of the first inning. And Nico Vecchiola coming to the plate. Nico playing first base here today. Very focused. Swings and misses, though, the first pitch from Devin Kravoski. Counted 0-1. Now the 0-1 on the way. Another swing and a miss. Ball hopping away there from Connor Kalich. Throw down to third, and running back to second base is Ethan Koffler. But now 2 strikes on Nico Vecchiola. Kravoski's already retired Sevy Vecchiola via the strikeout earlier on this inning. Trying to keep it going here facing Nico. 0-2 pitch on the way, and this one sent foul on the right side. Bouncing around a car in front of the snack bar. So the count remains 0-2. And Kravoski's pitch 1 hops past Connor Kalich. Koffler on his way down to third, beats the throw there. Throw ends up heading out in the left field where Nick Guthrie tracks it down. Now Koffler third. Vecchiola facing a 1-2 count against Devin Kravoski. Kravoski's 1-2 pitch on the way, swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning for Devin Kravoski, and now 2 away with Ben Kale coming to the plate. Ben batting from the cleanup spot, playing third base here today. Kravoski's first pitch to Kale, low for ball 1. Wind blowing in a bit here at the Beaner Field in Hopwood. Blowing in from right center field. On the 1-0 to Kale, fouled back. Count even at 1-1. Now the 1-1. Ruled a strike. Late call there from Mr. Klink. Count out 1-2. Rick probably wanted to think that one over a little bit. Now the 1-2 on the way, and this ball grounded to third. Scooped up by Alex Sutton. Throw over to first. Ruled out at first. Sutton over to Mason Kuhn to record the third out of the inning, retiring Kale 5-3. So after 1, it's the Pirates 2, the Blue Jays nothing. Here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
2-0 lead for the Pirates over the Blue Jays as we move to the top half of the second inning. The Pirates trying to add to it. Devin Kravoski, Alex Sutton, and Nick Guthrie due up in this half inning. Lefty Kravoski in the batter's box. Facing Shane Lighton. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Lighton gave up 2 runs in the top half of the first inning. Really pitched well. That pitch low and inside, evens the count at 1-1. Layton victimized by a little bloop infield single from Court Weston, which set the Pirates up with 2 runs. There's a line drive and a sharp glove there from Ethan Koffler. Retiring Kravoski for the first out of this top half of the second inning. Koffler showing he's looking alive out there in the field for the Blue Jays. A solid glove. Kravoski retired, 1 away. Now Alex Sutton at the plate. Sutton getting the start at third base here today. Took ball 1 from Shane Lighton. Now the 1-0 misses outside. Count now at 2-0. The Pirates' third baseman. 2-0 pitch, chasing that one a little bit with Sutton. Down now 2-1. That pitch right down the pipe. Evens the count at 2-2. There's your strike 3 at the knees. Second strikeout recorded by Lighton. Now 2 away here in the top half of the second inning with Nick Guthrie coming to the plate. Guthrie getting the start in left field today. Swings to the first pitch, grounder there to third, knocked down by Ben Kale, goes over to Ethan Koffler, throw on the way, and out at first is Nick Guthrie. So teamwork paying off there for the Blue Jays. Koffler backing up Ben Kale, firing it over to Nico Vecchiola to retire Guthrie for the third out of the inning. A 1-2-3 top half of the second inning. Still 2-0 Pirates over the Blue Jays as we move to the bottom of the second here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, is proud to be a sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network. They have been serving the area with quality work and integrity for more than 40 years, and they would like to again thank their past customers and look forward to serving new customers as well. Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, works with all insurance companies and provides assistance with car rental arrangements that coordinate with the auto repair work. The rental company will meet with you at our facility to accommodate your rental needs. As a member of the DuPont Assurance of Quality program, our refinishes are guaranteed and all repairs have a lifetime warranty as long as the customer owns the vehicle. Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, clearly recognizes and understands the current and ever-changing atmosphere that exists in today's collision repair and insurance industries. So please contact Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, located at Atlas Road in Hopwood. That's Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, offering complete collision service for both domestic and foreign vehicles for more than 40 years. For more information, please stop by or call us at 724-437-2351. We care about the environment. We've always been eco-friendly facility, and we are currently going through the process of being recognized by the U.S. EPA's Design for the Environment program.
For all of your auto body needs, come to Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, because there is a difference.
So please contact Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, located at Atlas Road in Hopwood. That's Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, offering complete collision service for both domestic and foreign vehicles for more than 40 years. For more information, please stop by or call us at 724-437-2351.
Heading to the bottom half of the second inning, still a 2-0 lead for the Pirates over the Blue Jays. Brian Morozek alongside Jerry Dupay here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Shane Lighton, Evan McGee, and Evan Vecchiola do up for the Blue Jays here in the bottom half of the second inning. The Blue Jays picking up just one hit in the bottom half of the first inning. That was an infield single from Ethan Koffler. He was able to advance down to third, but the Blue Jays unable to drive him in. As the Blue Jays still look for their first run of the evening. Lighton trying to get things started, facing Devin Kurvosky, the lefty. And Kurvosky's first pitch to Shane, a fastball, and Shane ground ball, and that's going to be ruled just foul down the first base line. Nice little rip there from Shane. The count now at 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, another fastball. Swing and a miss, strike two. Kravosky, one of the harder throwing pitchers we've seen in the Midget League this season. That was 0-2 to Shane Lighton. That one got away from him. Count now 1-2. And Evan McGee and Evan Vecchiola behind Shane Lighton in the Blue Jays order here today. 1-2 low. Evens the count at 2-2. The wind pretty calm for now. We've had some gusts over the last half hour or so. 2-2 on the way. This ball chopped on the left side, but gloved down by the pitcher Kravosky. Throw over to Mason Kuhn to retire Lighton 1-3 for the first outs of this bottom half of the second inning. And I'll bring up Evan McGee. McGee getting the start here today in left field. First pitch high for ball one. Swing and a miss there. Count even at 1-1. Devin Kravosky to Evan McGee. That pitch just off the plate. Count at 2-1. And if you're just joining us, the Blue Jays took game one of this best-of-3 series by a score of 7-1. The Blue Jays win here today gives them the Midget League Championship. A Pirates win forces a decisive game 3. Swing and a miss there from McGee. Count now even at 2-2. Now the 2-2. Low, and we'll go full of 3-2. And typically in these championship series games, we've seen many times a third and decisive game forced. It shows how competitive the HARC League has been over the years. Payoff pitch. That's high for ball 4. So Kravosky walks McGee with 1 out here in the bottom half of the second inning. That'll bring up Evan Vecchiola. Evan playing second base here today. Was he clipped there at the first pitch? Yes, he was. On the backside, he's all right. And the little guy heads down to first. Now the Blue Jays in business with 2 on and 1 out, down 2. With Brock Schuba coming to the plate. Another lefty out there. Camouflage hat. Big spot here for the Blue Jays. They'll take the first pitch high for ball 1. Schuba playing center field here today. The 4th Blue Jay to bat here in this half inning. 1-0 pitch. Rolled low. Evens the count at 1-1. Correction, ruled ball 2 according to the scoreboard. That pitch is high. And that count is a 3-0. Kravosky to Schuba. Now the 3-0 pitch. Just catches a corner. And the count now at 3-1. That's off the plate for ball 4. So Kravoski getting in a little bit of trouble here after getting Lighton on the ground out. Walked McGee, hit Vecchiola, walked Shuba. Now Nate Billett at the plate. With the bases loaded, the Blue Jays down 2-0. The Pirates in a big-time jam right now. Kravoski needs to throw some strikes. First pitch to Billett. Inside for ball 1. You've also seen over the years in this midget league, you can get a pitcher that can consistently throw strikes, you can have success. There's a strike there from Kravoski as Billett backed down a little bit. Now the 1-1. High and outside. Count now 2-1. And that pitch finding the strike zone at the knees, counted 2-2. Coaching staff telling Nate, hey, don't be afraid to swing the bat. Two in there for strike 3. So a nice bounce back there from Kravoski, sending down Billett for the second out of the inning. And now he has to face the top of the order in Sevi Vecchiola. Sevi was one of his 3 strikeout victims so far. And coming to the plate here in a big spot with the bases loaded. First pitch to Sevi. Low and outside for ball 1. Of course, nowhere to put Sevi with the bases loaded. Sevi, the 6th Blue Jay to bat here in the bottom half of the second inning. And that pitch inside almost clipping Sevi Vecchiola. Count now 2-0. Kravoski trying to find a way to throw a strike here. 2-0. High again. Count now 3-0. So if you're Sevi Vecchiola, if you get one right down the pipe, you swing away. I think otherwise you take it there and get a ball here from Kravoski. Walks in a run, 3-0 pitch. And that one hops back to the catcher Connor Kalich and a run across. Third walk of the inning issued by Devin Kravoski. Walking in Evan McGee. And the Blue Jays back to within 2-1 of the Pirates. And see if we might have a pitching change here on the Pirates side. Kravoski has let 4 of the last 5 Blue Jays who have come to the plate get aboard either via a walk or getting hit by a pitch, as Evan Vecchiola did. The Pirates to stick with Kravoski for now. Now Ethan Koffler had an infield single back in the first inning, his second plate appearance of the night. Bases remain loaded. Pirates up 2-1. Koffler takes ball 1 here from Kravoski. Now the 1-0. Outside, count now at 2-0. Koffler, the 7th Blue Jay to bat here in the bottom half of the second inning. 2-0 pitch, and Koffler, a little blooper that goes over the glove of Kurt Weston in a left field. So scored 2 runs for the Blue Jays, who now go on top. 3-2. Evan Vecchiola and Brock Shuba scoring on the play. A 2 RBI single to left for Ethan Koffler. Koffler now 2 for 2 today. Now Nico Vecchiola coming to the plate. Nico struck out swinging back in the first inning. Now the Blue Jays in the lead. First pitch here outside to Nico Vecchiola. Count at 1-0. Now Kravoski will wind and fire the 1-0 pitch. This one fouled off. The fence in front of me, down the first baseline. Count now even at 1-1, and the pitch from Kravoski. Fouled off again by Vecchiola. Runners now on first and second. Again, 3 already across here in the bottom half of the second inning for the Blue Jays. That pitch low and inside, hopping away there from Connor Kalich. Down to third, Sevi Vecchiola. Ethan Koffler goes into second. Now 2 in scoring position with 2 outs here in the inning. Eric Klink saying the count's 3-1. Scoreboard showing 2-2, and now the scoreboard corrected to 3-1. Now first base open. 3-1 pitch on the way. High for... Oh, it was ruled a strike. Wow. Now they count full of 3-2. The payoff pitch, that's a one-hopper. Definitely ball 4 there. And Nico Vecchiola walks. Now Ben Kale will be the 9th Blue Jay to bat here in the bottom half of the second inning. Bases loaded again with 2 outs. Kale grounded out 5-3 to end the first inning. Could really blow this game open at this point on the Blue Jays side with a big hit here. Swings and misses though with the first pitch from Devin Kravoski. As we stand right now, the Blue Jays up 3-2. The 0-1 now to Kale. This one hit high in the air to right center field and unable to come up with it, Keelan Melson. 2 runs will score. Sevi Vecchiola and Ethan Koffler. It's now 5 across in the inning. That'll be the 5-run inning rule here in the Midget League. And that will end the bottom half of the second inning with now the Blue Jays leading the Pirates by a score of 5-2 here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank. At your service.
Esophageal reflux affects 20% of Americans and can lead to heartburn, regurgitation, chest pain, and difficulty swallowing. Reflux is caused by stomach contents passing a faulty valve and entering the esophagus. Ulcers and precancerous tissue can then form. Doctors Ruthart, Calabrese, Stokes, and Ballou offer the latest testing and treatment for reflux disease. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
Heading now to the top half of the third inning. Now a 5-2 lead for the Blue Jays over the Pirates. New pitcher for the Blue Jays, Ben Kale. Shane Lighton, who was pitching, now playing third base. As Kale finishing up his warm-up tosses for the Pirates due up this inning. Keelan Melson, Connor D'Amico, and either Mark Tanner or Crew Livingston. Tanner was a game-time decision and would have been a DH if he's here. I have not spotted him yet, so we'll find out when that position of the batting order comes up on the Pirates side, whether it's Tanner from the number 12 position or back up to the top of the order in Crew Livingston. Keelan Melson, though, to lead things off and fouls off the first pitch here on the near side. Counted 0-1. And as we mentioned earlier, the Blue Jays, on their side, they don't have the luxury of any substitutions. Only 9 players here today. And in fact, in the Midget League, you can play 10 in the field. They can only play 9, so only 3 outfielders instead of the normal 4 out there. As Kale finds the strike zone again, and they count 0-2 to Keelan Melson. That pitch is low. Count out 1-2. We're seeing some activity on the Pirates side as well. Connor Kalich warming up down there. That pitch high and inside. Now the 2-2 on the way. Fouled back again by Melson. Count remains 2-2. So it looks like we might see Connor Kalich pitching for the Pirates as we head to the bottom half of the third inning. Now the count full here. Ben Kale to Keelan Melson. Payoff pitch. In there for strike 3. So Kale comes into the game, strikes out Melson. The third strikeout for Blue Jays pitchers in this contest. Now Connor D'Amico at the plate. Connor got the start in left center field today. Swings and misses of the first pitch here from Kale. Counted 0-1. Now the 0-1, this one hit high in the air to right field. And this will fall in the little Bermuda Triangle out there for the Pirates, right in between Evan and Nico Vecchiola and Nate Billett. So a single to right field for Connor D'Amico. Now trying to catch here if this is Mark Tanner or Crew Livingston at the plate on the Pirates side. Wait for him to turn around. With Ben Kale working on the mound. That pitch low. Counted 2-0. That pitch fouled off. And they counted 2-1. I believe that is Crew Livingston at the plate. Ground ball on the left side. Knocked down by Koffler. Throw over to second goes wide. Livingston on his way to second, and rounding third on his way to the plate is Connor D'Amico. D'Amico will score on the play. Livingston down to third. They might have him there. And Livingston out at third. But D'Amico does score on the play. The third run scored for the Pirates. So Livingston out at third. 2 outs in the inning with Luke Mathias at the plate. He'll take ball 1 here against Ben Kale. Pirates with 2 number 6s as well today, both Lucas Mathias and Court Weston wearing number 6. That happened due to the fact that one of the 2 wore their uniforms from last year. Citing the comfort factor. Nothing wrong with that. Mathias at the plate here. That pitch outside. As we work in the top half of the 3rd inning. Score now 5-3. Blue Jays over the Pirates. Little looper. Glove down by Nico Vecchiola to end the inning. So the Pirates getting 1 back after yielding 5 in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. We'll head to the bottom half of the 3rd. It's the Blue Jays 5, Pirates 3 here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, is proud to be a sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network. They have been serving the area with quality work and integrity for more than 40 years, and they would like to again thank their past customers and look forward to serving new customers as well. Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, works with all insurance companies and provides assistance with car rental arrangements that coordinate with the auto repair work. The rental company will meet with you at our facility to accommodate your rental needs. As a member of the DuPont Assurance of Quality program, our refinishes are guaranteed and all repairs have a lifetime warranty as long as the customer owns the vehicle. Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, clearly recognizes and understands the current and ever-changing atmosphere that exists in today's collision repair and insurance industries. So please contact Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, located at Atlas Road in Hopwood. That's Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, offering complete collision service for both domestic and foreign vehicles for more than 40 years. For more information, please stop by or call us at 724-437-2351. We care about the environment. We've always been an eco-friendly facility, and we are currently going through the process of being recognized by the U.S. EPA's Design for the Environment program.
For all of your auto body needs, come to Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, because there is a difference.
So please contact Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, located at Atlas Road in Hopwood. That's Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, offering complete collision service for both domestic and foreign vehicles for more than 40 years. For more information, please stop by or call us at 724-437-2351.
Heading now to the bottom half of the 3rd inning, a 5-3 lead for the Blue Jays over the Pirates. New pitcher for the Pirates, Connor Kalich, switching positions with Devin Kravosky. Kravosky was pitching, now catching. Kalich was catching, now pitching. So the battery reversing. And the Blue Jays will try to keep their bats hot. They scored 5 batting around in the second inning, scoring the maximum number of runs permitted in an inning here in the Midget League. And Shane Lighton will lead off for the second straight inning on the Blue Jays side. The Pirates with 2 runs in the top half of the first inning. The Blue Jays coming back with 5 in the bottom half of the second inning. And the Pirates getting a run back in the top half of the third inning. Now the Blue Jays turn to answer. And the Blue Jays leading this best of 3 series, 1-0 after 7-1 win in Game 1. Pirates needing a win to force a Game 3. The Blue Jays an opportunity to capture the Midget League with a win here this evening. Shane Lighton, who grounded out back to the then pitcher, Devin Kravosky, last inning, leading off this inning and takes strike 1 against Connor Kalich. And with pitchers only being able to throw a maximum of 6 innings in this championship series and no more than 3 innings in a given day, the managers of these respective teams certainly have to play the strategy card a little bit and pick their spots. Really need solid efforts out of 3 pitchers if the series does go 3 games in order to capture the Midget League title here in Hopwood. Count at 1-1. Another pitch in there to Lighton. Check that. The count must have been at 1-2 or 0-2 because there was strike 3 and Lighton retired. Well, the scoreboard incorrect. Nonetheless, an out recorded. And Evan McGee at the plate. McGee walked and scored a run in the last inning. And the first pitch well high and inside there from Connor Kalich. Count at 1-0. Pitch low and outside. Got now 2-0. That pitch missing again. Got now 3-0. Kalich to McGee as we work here in the bottom half of the third inning. Blue Jays leading at 5-3. Trying to add to their lead right now. Fouling off that one is McGee. Got now 3-1. Kalich set. And a 3-1 hit high in the air to right center field. This could be trouble, and it'll bounce in between Melson and Matthias. So a single to right center field for Evan McGee. And the Blue Jays in business again. Now Evan Vecchiola coming to the plate. He was hit by a pitch being thrown by Devin Kravosky in the last inning. Ended up scoring a run. Certainly not as much of a strike zone from Evan Vecchiola as some of the other guys we've seen, and he'll foul off that pitch over the press box. Count at 0-1. There's a hard ground ball to first. Stepping on the bag and recording the out there, Mason Kuhn. So fielder's choice, 3 unassisted. And 2 outs now in the bottom half of the third inning. With Brock Schuba coming to the plate. Schuba walked and scored a run last inning. Coming to the plate now with McGee on second. And 2 outs. Kalich's first pitch high and outside. Kravosky able to glove that down after juggling it a little bit. Now the 1-0 from Kalich. Swing and a miss. Hopping away there from Kravosky down to third is Evan McGee. So McGee now at third, 2 outs in the inning. Shuba at the plate. Next pitch from Kalic. Swing and a miss there from Shuba. Count out 1-2. Kalic to Shuba with 2 outs as we work here in the bottom half of the third. 1-2 pitch. Inside. Evens the count now at 2-2. And there's your strike 3. So the Blue Jays are able to pick up a run here in the bottom half of the third. The score remains the Blue Jays 5, the Pirates 3, midway home here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
South Union Township Supervisors Rick Vernon, Jason Scott, and Robert Schiffbauer would like to wish all the HARC baseball players good luck and have a fun baseball season this year.
A tale of a fateful call. You better pay those bills right now or you take a mighty fall. He really didn't know what to do, so he turned to those who did. Zeppeli, Mahalev, and White, your bankruptcy crew, your bankruptcy crew. So no matter how deep in debt you are, if your back's against the wall, Zeppeli, Mahalev, and White, just give them a call.
Moving to the top half of the fourth inning, the Pirates needing a couple of runs, down 5-3. It's Court Weston, Mason Kuhn, and Braden Puowar due up in this half inning for the Pirates, and all three reach base safely in their first plate appearance back in the first inning. Ben Kale still on the mound for the Blue Jays, getting set to start his second inning of work. A little delay here, not sure why. Kale trying to stay loose. Umpires maybe discussing where they want to head after the game tonight. Everyone else seems set to go. Now they'll get back in their positions. And Court Weston will step into the batter's box here for the Pirates. First pitch from Kale. High for ball one. Weston, might have mentioned at the last game, some bright shoes there on the Pirates side. Rip here, fair ball down the third base line. Ball will go into the corner. Evan McGee trying to track it down, and on his way to second with a stand-up double is Court Weston. On a way to start the inning. For Weston and the Pirates, a double to left. Pirates down 2. Need some runs, and Weston giving them a good start here in the fourth. Now Mason Kuhn coming to the plate. Kuhn an RBI triple to right center and scored a run back in the first inning. He's focused. The first pitch to Kuhn. And there for a strike, 0-1. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Kuhn pitching the 5th and 6th inning here today for the Pirates. He's been very effective on the mound this season. And a little looper here right at Ethan Koffler. Gloves it down for the outs. Koffler looking back. Court Weston at second base. And glove's been sharp from Koffler today. Got a hard line drive and a nice backup on Shane Lighton. And gloving down that coon fly ball. And here at the plate, Braden Powowar gloves it right at first baseman Nico Vecchiolo for the second out of the inning. So some well-hit balls here on the Pirates side, but right at Blue Jays defenders. Now 2 outs with Connor Kalich coming to the plate. And the Blue Jays solid in the field. That pitched off the plate, though, from Ben Kale to Connor Kalich. Connor had a double to right center field, picked up an RBI. But Braden Powowar was out at home, which ended the first inning. Swing and a miss that time out of Kalich, evens the count at 1-1. Driving around a little golf cart here at Hutchinson today. Something you don't see too much of. 1-1 pitch, ground ball. Koffler knocks that one down, but not going to have a throw over to first. Will throw back to third. So Koffler, nice effort there and able to glove that one down. We'll roll it an infield single. Well-hit ball from Kalich. Now Devin Kravoski coming to the plate. Kravoski started the game on the mound, now catching. Kept the pads on in case Kalich couldn't get aboard. Now they'll pull him off. He'll get sets. He's the 5th Pirates at bat here in the top half of the 4th. The lefty with 2 on, the game-tying run at first base. And the first pitch outside from Kale. Sevi Vecchiola had to dive off to his left to block that one down. Count at 1-0. Next pitch from Kale, ripped foul on the left side. Evens the count at 1-1. A pitch low for ball 2. Count now 2-1. Swing and a miss there. Hopped away from Sevi Vecchiola. He'll make the throw down a second. Not sure why, because Connor Kalich wasn't headed anywhere. Got now 2-2. Kale to Kravoski. There's a ground ball over to Koffler. He'll make the play himself. Step on the bag for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Pirates leave a couple of runners stranded. Score remains 5-3. Blue Jays over the Pirates as we head to the bottom half of the 4th. Here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Colon cancer is the 2nd leading cause of cancer deaths. Signs include abdominal pain and rectal bleeding. Colon cancer develops from a degenerating benign growth or polyp. Doctors performing colonoscopy are able to remove precancerous polyps, thus preventing colon cancer. This saves lives, and the American Cancer Society now recommends that everyone have a colonoscopy every 10 years, beginning at age 50. Doctors Ruthart, Calabrese, Stokes, and Ballou offer the latest diagnostic testing. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Moving now to the bottom half of the fourth inning. A 5-3 lead for the Blue Jays over the Pirates. Blue Jays another opportunity to add to it. Still on the mound for the Pirates, Connor Kalich, Devin Kravosky catching. And Nate Billett will lead off this bottom half of the fourth for the Blue Jays. They look for a couple of insurance runs. Now a 5-3. Billett struck out in his lone plate appearance so far, back in the second inning. Connor Kalich's second inning on the mound. First pitch inside to Billett. Count at 1-0. One 1-0 pitch. Low for ball 2. 2-0 pitch, high and inside. 3-0. And Kalich right now, you want to throw some strikes. I think Billett swung yet in this game. That pitch inside for ball 4. So Billett starts off the bottom half of the fourth inning with a walk. Now Sevi Vecchiola coming to the plate. Good opportunity for the Blue Jays to add to their lead. First pitch to Sevi, ground ball to short, glove there by Weston, scoops for 1, throw over to first, not in time, but they do get the lead runner. Nate Billett goes in the books as the fielder's choice, 6-4 for the first out of this bottom half of the fourth inning. Now Ethan Koffler coming to the plate. Now Sevi Vecchiola on first. Then 1 out. Koffler 2 for 2 today. Infield single back in the first inning. Single to left field. Picked up 2 RBIs and scored a run in the second inning. Swings to the first pitch here. Ground ball to third. Alex Sutton there. Throw over to second. Out at second is Vecchiola. So once again, the Pirates do a good job in getting the lead runner. This one a fielder's choice 5-4 for the second out of the inning. Koffler now on first, and Nico Vecchiola coming to the plate. Nico struck out swinging back in the first inning, walked in the second inning. And a swing and a miss there, down to second. They're going to rule out foul, tipped actually. So Koffler has to head back to first. Count 0-1. Kalich to Vecchiola. Another pitch right down the middle for a strike. Koffler on his way to second, throw down there, not in time. So Koffler gets in a scoring position. 2 strikes now on Nico Vecchiola. 0-2, just high and inside. Count now 1-2. That pitch low. Koffler again down to third. Throw that way. And Koffler safe again. Count now even at 2-2. Two now on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So the Blue Jays strand Koffler at third. And the score remains 5-3. Blue Jays over the Pirates after 4 here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, is proud to be a sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network. They have been serving the area with quality work and integrity for more than 40 years, and they would like to again thank their past customers and look forward to serving new customers as well. Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, works with all insurance companies and provides assistance with car rental arrangements that coordinate with the auto repair work. The rental company will meet with you at our facility to accommodate your rental needs. As a member of the DuPont Assurance of Quality program, our refinishes are guaranteed and all repairs have a lifetime warranty as long as the customer owns the vehicle. Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, clearly recognizes and understands the current and ever-changing atmosphere that exists in today's collision repair and insurance industries. So please contact Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, located at Atlas Road in Hopwood. That's Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, offering complete collision service for both domestic and foreign vehicles for more than 40 years. For more information, please stop by or call us at 724-437-2351. We care about the environment. We've always been an eco-friendly facility, and we are currently going through the process of being recognized by the U.S. EPA's Design for the Environment program.
For all of your auto body needs, come to Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, because there is a difference.
So please contact Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, located at Atlas Road in Hopwood. That's Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, offering complete collision service for both domestic and foreign vehicles for more than 40 years. For more information, please stop by or call us at 724-437-2351.
The Pirates down to their final 6 outs. It's Alex Sutton, Nick Guthrie, and Keelan Melson due up here in the top half of the 5th. New pitcher for the Blue Jays, it's Ethan Koffler. Switching positions with Ben Kale. Kale was pitching, now playing short. Koffler was playing short, now pitching. They'll try to close things off here for the Blue Jays. And the Blue Jays took game 1 of this best-of-3 series 7-1. The first pitch here, Koffler to Alex Sutton. Sutton chasing after that one. Strike 1. Sutton struck out looking back in the 2nd inning in his lone plate appearance. Mason Kuhn warming up for the Pirates down the 3rd baseline. Count now 1-1, Koffler to Sutton. And there's strike 2. A nice pitch there from Ethan Koffler. Looking very composed out there on the Blue Jays side. Koffler's 1-2, and Sutton pops this one up. Kale getting under it and makes the grab for the first out of the inning. Good glove work there from Ben Kale. Now Nick Guthrie coming to the plate. First pitch from Koffler got away from him. 1-0 to Nick Guthrie. Guthrie hit a ground ball back in the second inning. It was initially touched by the third baseman at the time, who was Ben Kale. Deflected over to Ethan Koffler and made the throw over to Nico Vecchiola to retire Guthrie. One of the books is a 5-6-3 ground out. One of many fine plays we've seen from Koffler today. And Koffler, 2 quick strikes there on Nick Guthrie. Koffler in the groove, gets strike 3. So 2 up, 2 down. Here in the top half of the 5th, Pirates down 2 in this game. Pirates scoring 2 runs in the top half of the first inning, adding a run in the top half of the third. All 5 of the Blue Jays runs coming in the bottom half of the second inning. Now at the plate, Keelan Melson. First pitch from Koffler, 1 hops back to the catcher, Sevi Vecchiola. Count at 1-0. Melson struck out looking back to start the third inning. The 1-0 pitch, fouled back by Melson. Evens the count at 1-1. Koffler winds and fires the 1-1. High and in tight that time. Count now 2-1. And that pitch just off the plate. Count now 3-1. Behind Melson in the lineup is Connor D'Amico. 3-1 pitch. Inside for ball 4. So a 2-out walk issued by Ethan Koffler to Keelan Melson. And that'll bring up Connor D'Amico. D'Amico did single to right field and scored a run in his last plate appearance back in the third inning. Things will get pretty difficult from here on out for Koffler, because behind D'Amico is the top of the batting order for the Pirates. First pitch low and outside to D'Amico. Now the 1-0. Low again. Count now 2-0. Koffler kind of overthrew that one. And down to second is Keelan Melson. So Melson now in scoring position. And time called. Blue Jays getting the battery together here. Trying to settle down Koffler. Maybe a little strategy being discussed. Koffler's overthrown the last couple of pitches. Maybe rushing things a little bit too much out there on the Blue Jays side. Finds the strike zone there. So that little meeting paying dividends. Count of 3-1. 3-1 to D'Amico. Hard ground ball to second. Hitting Evan Vecchiola in the foot. Throw over to first, not in time. Fire to the plate. And scoring the run there for the Pirates is Keelan Melson. Pirates back to within 1. So the second hit of the game for Connor D'Amico. Driving in Keelan Melson. Pirates back to within 1 at 5-4. Now the top of the order and Crew Livingston coming to the plate. Livingston 0 for 2 in this game, so he's due. Now with D'Amico on first and 2 outs. And the Pirates down only 1. First pitch from Koffler, right down the pipe, swing and a miss from Livingston. The thing's tightening up here in the late innings. 0-1, just inside. Count even at 1-1. 1-1 pitch, again Koffler slipping a bit there on the delivery. Count out 2-1. Haven't seen too many issues all season from that portable mound. 2-1 again, and once again Koffler is going to be slipping on that delivery. Count out 3-1. Blue Jays need some strikes right now out of Koffler. 3-1 pitch off the plate for ball 4. So the last 3 Pirates have all reached safely. Melson on the walk, D'Amico on the infield single, and now Livingston on the walk. And at the plate now, Lucas Mathias. Runners on first and second, game tying run at second, go-ahead run at first. Mathias ahead 2-0 at the plate. Count out 3-0. And Koffler just not throwing strikes right now. 3-0 pitch, a little hesitation that time from Koffler, and the pitch high for ball 4, and the bases loaded. And Koffler might be giving up the ball here. Is he done? Motioning towards the dugout. Might be saying that's it. Pulling himself off the mound. Let's see. Ray Koffler. They can go over his options. It will be Nico Vecchiola headed to the mound to pitch. So Nico Vecchiola, the new pitcher. Ben Kale, I believe, moving over to first base, yes. Taking Nico's spot there. And Ethan Koffler back to short. So while Vecchiola completes his last couple of warm-up tosses here, we'll take a quick timeout. Score now 5-4, Blue Jays over the Pirates here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Back here in Hopwood, it's 5-4. Blue Jays over the Pirates. Pirates threatening here in the top half of the 5th inning. Bases loaded. They already have a run across. New pitcher, Nico Vecchiola, and gets a swing and a miss out of Court Weston. Counted 0-1. Weston 2 for 2 today. Infield single and scored a run back in the 1st inning. Double to left field in the 4th. 0-1 pitch here, low and outside to even the count at 1-1. If you're Nico Vecchiola right now, nowhere to put Court Weston with the bases loaded. Weston, the 7th Pirate to bat here in the 5th. Swing and a miss there from Weston. Now 2 strikes on Court Weston. Nico Vecchiola trying to get out of a big-time jam right now. 1-2 pitch on the way. Just foul tip there by Weston. So Weston staying alive. One, two. This ball chopped here on the right side. And beating it out at first is Court Weston. Showing the hustle. Picking up an RBI, driving in Connor D'Amico. And we're knotted up at 5. Weston now 3 for 3 today. Now Mason Kuhn at the plate. He looks focused. He's 1 for 2 today. Big time cut there, swing and a miss. Count at 0-1. Kuhn an RBI, triple and a run scored on his resume back in the first inning. Swings and pops this one up here on the right side. The ball will bounce in front of Nate Billett. This might clear the bases. Rounding third and on his way to the plate is Court Weston to score the 5th run of the inning for the Pirates. And now the Pirates up 8-5. Second triple of the game for Kuhn. He now has 4 RBIs. So Weston, Matthias, and Livingston all scoring there. And that should be the 5-run rule for the inning. Blue Jays checking back to second. At this point, they have to discuss did a run score before, if they rule him out at second for missing second, how many runs came across before he was ruled out, if he's ruled out. This should be it, though, for the innings. You had 5 runs scored. You had 5 runs scored in this inning, so that should be it for the inning. That's 5 in the inning. That should be it. Not sure the umpires were aware of that. Nonetheless, it's 5 in the inning, and that's it for the top half of the 5th. So the Pirates get 5 back. It's now 8-5, Pirates over the Blue Jays. We head to the bottom half of the 5th here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Boy, this game changed in a hurry as we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Pirates now leading the Blue Jays by a score of 8-5. The Pirates getting 5 runs back, the maximum allowed per inning in the top half of the 5th. And now it's the Blue Jays' turn to answer back. Ben Kale, Shane Lighton, and Evan McGee due up now facing a new pitcher in Mason Kuhn. Devin Kravoski now playing first. Connor Kalich back catching on the Pirates side. Kuhn set to go. Swinging at the first pitch is Kale, popping it up on the right side, and that's trouble. Bouncing away there from Matthias, and on his way to second. Sliding in safely is Ben Kale. So Kale a double to start off the inning as the Blue Jays look to get some runs back. Now Shane Lighton coming to the plate. Kuhn will try to shake that one off. Shane 0 for 2 today. Grounded out 1-3 back in the second inning. Struck out looking in the third inning. Kuhn's first pitch to Shane. Lobbed it in there for a strike. Kuhn's done a nice job mixing up pitches throughout the course of the Midget League season on the Pirates side. The Pirates win, forces a decisive Game 3 in this Midget League Championship Series. A 1 pitch, Kuhn brings the heat, but it's low to even the count at 1-1. Sun beginning to set. Things cooling off in what was a hot 90-degree afternoon. 1-1 pitch. This one lobbed in there again, but off the plate, missing wide. Count at 2-1. Kale in scoring position at second. Nobody out as we work here in the bottom half of the fifth. 2-1 pitch. Fastball down the pipe this time, evens the count at 2-2. Kuhn to Lighton. Now Kuhn's 2-2 to Shane Lighton. Kuhn will wind and fire. And Lighton chops it here on the left side. And the third baseman, Alex Sutton, able to make the throw in time over to Devin Kravoski. Ruled an infield single. Now runners on the corners. And nobody out, and Evan McGee coming to the plate. McGee has reached base safely in both of his plate appearances. Walked and scored a run back in the second inning. Single to right center field in the third inning. Kuhn now has to buckle up on the mound on the Pirates side. Kuhn taking his time, shakes off one sign. Now set to go. First pitch here, low for ball one. Getting a little aggressive here on the bases is Lighton. Wonder if the Pirates would concede second base to Lighton at this point of the game. Next pitch, one hops back. Lighton again makes his way almost halfway down before hopping back on the bag. Counted 2-0. Kuhn to McGee. Not only equipment issue here for Kalich. We'll take a quick timeout here on the South Union Township Sports Network. The equipment issue now rectified. McGee at the plate facing Kuhn. Pitch low and outside, and now heading down to second. And Shane Lighton. Count of 3-0. Runners on second and third. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the fifth. Pirates up 8-5. 3-0 pitch. Right down the pipe for a strike. 3-1 now to Evan McGee. Swing and a miss, strike two. Now 2 strikes on McGee. Kuhn's payoff pitch to Evan McGee. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nice little rally back there from Kuhn, who fell behind 3-0. But comes back with 3 straight strikes to strike out Evan McGee for the first down here in the bottom half of the fifth. Now Evan Vecchiola coming to the plate. Was hit by a pitch and scored a run back in the second inning, grounded into a fielder's choice in the third inning. Takes ball one here. Of course, Evan Vecchiola not offering up much of a strike zone, the little guy, to Mason Kuhn. Makes Kuhn's job a little tougher out there. 1-0 pitch here to Vecchiola. Vecchiola puts the bat on the ball, grounder to first. Stepping on the bag to record the out. 3 unassisted is Kravoski. But scoring on the play is Ben Kale, so the Blue Jays get one back. Vecchiola picks up an RBI, run scored for Kale, and the Blue Jays back to within 8-6 of the Pirates. With now 2 outs here in the bottom half of the fifth. And Brock Schuba coming to the plate. With Lighton on third. And Schuba deep in the batter's box. First pitch from Kuhn. Swing and a miss there from Schuba. Schuba walked and scored a run back in the second inning. Struck out looking in the third inning. Kuhn's next pitch to Schuba. High and outside. Count at 1-1. Kuhn to Shuba. Now the 1-1 delivery. Well, breaking ball. Shuba fouls it off. Count out 1-2. So now the 1-2 count. Kuhn some options out there. Long look in. 1-2 on the way. Brings the heat. Shuba swing and a miss. Strike 3. So the Blue Jays muster only a run across. Vecchiola picking up the RBI, driving in Ben Kale. So after 5, it's the Pirates 8, Blue Jays 6. Here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Southwestern Endoscopy Center is a state-licensed and Medicare-certified facility and emphasizes privacy, comfort, caring, and safety for colonoscopies and upper GI endoscopies. Painless procedures are done with twilight sedation given by a board-certified anesthesiologist. The center accepts most insurance plans and is staffed by Doctors Ruthhart, Calabrese, Stokes, and Ballou. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
Top of the 6th inning, Braden Puowar, Connor Kalich, and Devin Kravosky do it for the Pirates. Pirates looking for a couple of insurance runs, now up 8-6. Nico Vecchiola, the 4th pitcher the Blue Jays have used here today, now on the mound, and gets Puowar to swing and miss at the first pitch, counted 0-1. Puowar walked back in the 1st inning, flew out to first base back in the 4th, 0-1 pitch. Ground ball here, getting through into center field. Single there for Puowar. And the Pirates in business here in the top half of the 6th. Now Connor Kalich coming to the plate. Kalich 2 for 2 today, an RBI double back in the 1st inning, infield single in the 4th inning. First pitch outside there from Vecchiola. Count at 1-0. Again, a Pirates win forces a decisive Game 3. The Blue Jays managed to rally back here in the 6th inning. They'll win the Midget League for 2016. Hard ground ball here, getting through on the left side. Past the glove of Lighton into left field. On his way to 3rd is Puowar. Into 2nd is Connor Kalich. So Kalich aboard for the 3rd time in this game. And the Pirates with 2 on and nobody else. Now Devin Kravosky coming to the plate. First pitch inside to Kravosky. Of course, the 6th inning, the open inning, you can score as many runs as you'd like. And obviously that allows teams to have an opportunity to come back in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Kravosky, hard ground ball here. A nice defensive play made there by Evan Vecchiola. Throw over to first in time to Ben Kale to retire Kravosky on the fielder's choice 4-3. But Kravosky does drive in Braden Puowar. So the Pirates get another run on their side to extend their lead to 3 at 9-6. That's the first out recorded in the inning. Now at the plate, Alex Sutton takes ball 1 outside. Connor Kalich now down to 3rd. 1 out in the inning. Sutton's 0 for 2 today. 1-0 pitch from Vecchiola. Swing and a miss there. Evens the count at 1-1. Nico's 1-1 pitch. And there for a strike. Gone out 1-2. 1-2 pitch on the way, and there for strike 3. So a nice pitch there from Nico Vecchiola, striking out Alex Sutton. Second time Sutton's went down in this game via the backward K. Now courtesy runner coming in here for the catcher at third. It'll be Kravosky to run for Kalich. Now they're going to make another change here. It's Alex Sutton to run. Nick Guthrie at the plate. Little check swing there. Glove down by the pitcher Nico Vecchiola over to Ben Kale at first for the third out of the inning. 1-3 retiring Nick Guthrie. But the Pirates get an insurance run. They lead at 9-6. Blue Jays down to their final 3 outs. We could be looking at a decisive game 3. It's the Pirates 9, Blue Jays 6. Heading to the bottom of the 6th here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank. At your service.
Back here in Hopwood, Blue Jays down to their final 3 outs. Mason Kuhn still on the mound for the Pirates. At the plate for the Blue Jays, Nate Billett. Billett led off the 4th inning and walked. The Blue Jays were unable to bring him around. Kuhn throwing a strike there to even the count at 1-1. 9-6, the Pirates lead it. One pitch. Pitch in there for strike 2. 1-2 now. Kuhn to Billett. The 1-2 pitch. And there for strike 3. So Billett strikes out. Second time he's went down via the backwards K in this game. Now an out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, but the top of the order due up and Sevi Vecchiola. Vecchiola struck out in the 1st inning, picked up an RBI walk, and then later scored a run in the 2nd inning and grounded into a fielder's choice 6-4 back in the 4th inning. Kuhn's first pitch here to Sevi Vecchiola, swing and a miss, strike 1. Vecchiola looked like he was swinging for the fences there. Oh, 1 pitch popped up here on the left side. The ball hopping over the fence and out of play. Counted 0-2. Blue Jays down 3 at 9-6. 0-2 pitch. Low. Count out 1-2. That one fouled off. Count at 1-2. Pitch just low, now even at 2-2. Two pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Solid pitching out of Mason Kuhn. Back-to-back strikeouts here in the bottom of the 6th, sending down Nate Billett and Sevi Vecchiola. Now 2 away, the Pirates lead by 3, trying to force a decisive game 3. Ethan Koffler at the plate. He's 2 for 3 in this game. First pitch from Kuhn. Koffler fouls it off, counted 0-1. Pirates scoring 2 runs in the top half of the first inning, adding a run in the third. A big 5-run fifth, adding another run in the 6th. The Blue Jays put up a 5 spot in the bottom half of the second inning, added a run in the bottom half of the 5th, but they trail by 3. 0-1 pitch, breaking ball in there for strike 2. So the Pirates and Kuhn just a strike away from forcing game 3. 0-2 pitch from Mason Kuhn. 1 hops back. Count at 1-2. Deep breath from Kuhn. A 1-2 to Ethan Koffler. Breaking ball high to even the count at 2-2. Kuhn doesn't want to let Koffler get away here. The meat of the order due up behind him. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the Pirates, with a 9-6 win over the Blue Jays, force a decisive game 3 of this best of 3 championship series. 3 strikeouts from Mason Kuhn here in the 6th inning, striking out the side, sending down Nate Billett, Sevi Vecchiola, and Ethan Koffler. So the Pirates win it 9-6. We'll have a game 3 of this best of 3 championship series here in the Midget League. Tonight's game was brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband, Armstrong Cable, and our friends at CUTV, Gary Smith, and their staff. I'm Brian Morozak with Jerry Dupay. Again, your final score, the Pirates 9 and the Blue Jays 6. This has been a South Union Township Sports Network presentation.